Let's try this again. Okay, the audio now seems more on sync for me. And what was messing me up was that there's so much about this game's combat that is so um it's so audio dependent too, with all like the callouts and all of that. And there I was literally suffering a delay of what I was hearing that was messing me up, and that's why I was like messing up so much. I was like, this is becoming really this is becoming unplayable for me. Fuck this. So okay, let's see. Streamlabs really be messing up right now. It's not like my multi-screen chat like window is literally not showing. Streamlabs don't fuck up. Challenge level impossible. Guess I will have to pop up a YouTube chat from directly from YouTube. I want to see who is actually getting over in the YouTube side of things. Oh, finally, it got fixed. Great. Right. Let's see if this holds. Where the frick was the poison that killed me last time? Okay, at least I'm not getting like the audio delay that was like literally driving me insane.
The door is shut. If memory serves, we'll need to light both of those torches to open it.
Anything illuminating?
Hopefully Ryan shows up again, and I'll get to answer him what I think about Halo.
So much about that day I wish I could change. If only I'd seen the signs.
learn anything?
The Autumn Crown.
Behind you! Look out!
The crest of the Hewley family. One of the first families ripped apart by the war. I think you'd have better luck burning it.
There we go. Was having an earthquake for a second.
My circlet's here.
It's on that pedestal by the balcony!
We must remove these creatures first.
Look at this.
And he got jeeted into oblivion. Push out the Furies. What can we get you now? That. Yeah, that's for later. Your thing, Freya.
It belonged to you.
A symbol of commitment. After the ceremony, he had a new one made every week, each more beautiful than the last. He stopped when I refused to teach him the old magic. You know, my people used to send me gifts too, so I wouldn't forget home. But after the birth of my son, he stopped. I can't read that from here. Let's head back and I can take a better look. would feel peace by breaking it. But I feel nothing.
Perhaps what you seek cannot be found in a circlet.
You may be right.
Enemy behind you, Kratos! Alka!
Impressive!
Now I could have sworn I got the I got all the armor that gives you poison before doing the side quest, but I just don't know this game as much as I do 2018.
That's it.
What a fucker. Go ahead, you first.
Protect yourself!
There. I see the chalice.
What's it say, brother?
From the ceremony.
A symbol of reconciliation. We drank from the lover's chalice until we could hardly stand. I confided in him that night about wanting an apology from Freyr. Odin reassured me that he'd be the only family I'd need. And I believed him.
His belongings found, 2 of 3. So, wanna come do your thing, Freya?
The word is complete, but I still can't read it from here. Let's head back down.
Better now?
No. The pain only
Pain
grows.
only grows.
Will I never be free of it? What more do I need to do? It's a denouncement from my people, placed during my wedding.
Traitor. We're done with XP. Let me get her. What else can we get?
The runic word appeared over there. See it? Phew. After all the battles I've fought, why does the other side of this door scare me most?
The most difficult battles are fought within, but this battle, you will not fight alone. Are you ready?
Yes. There it is. My final tie to Asgard. We drove that sword into the pillar together. The sword was forged for the ceremony. A symbol of our union. Molna.
The stone refuses to let go.
Molna! The deepest wounds form the strongest bonds. Bastard said it as part of our vows. I hate it when he's right. Asgard holds a part of me I can't sever. I bond to my son. To the Valkyries. That damn realm isn't just Odin's. It belongs to me, too. The pain he caused is his. I refuse to keep holding on to it. This sword no longer holds our legacy. But it will serve as mine.
A much more fitting use for it.
Gray armor. Okay, where the fuck is that armor? Like, where was it?
Anything interesting, brother?
I suppose it's on to the next battle now.
Yes. You won. An important one today.
God damn it.
If I may,
Since when have you ever asked for permission?
it's just... I owe you my life, such as it is, and I caused you so much pain, put you in a terrible situation. For that, Freya, I am truly sorry. But I swear to do better by you nonetheless. Anything you ask, consider it done. I'm forever in your debt.
I appreciate that. Even if you can't help being an obnoxious know-it-all.
I'm afraid I'll never know how to stop doing that, Your Majesty.
Okay, is the armor somewhere here? Wait, they didn't open that? I thought I had. I guess not. Okay, I swear, where the fuck is that armor? Like, why did I miss? What up, KB? Yes, welcome back. I missed you so much in the streams, or the last week and a half. And yes, this is Vanaheim, the Freya side quest, where she goes back to her to like the spot of her marriage. And then when we have to fight this boss fight. Boss fights. Dude, Vanaheim is like... I do feel like Vanaheim is the worst part of this game. Like, from a design perspective, it's where the... like, the compass is at its worst. Like, the crater is at its is the best part of Vanaheim, because it's more wide open. And the only annoying part of the crater was... having to change the night and dark to open some of the doors, if you remember. So yeah, if only they've nailed the little things, right? Dude, if a great warrior renowned for dropping down his phones with the might of a falling star.
An arrogant man once told me you can't change the past, only how it shapes you. I think he might be right. It's been a while since I've had a confidant. Would the god of few words lend me his ear now and again?
As long as I am needed.
Kratos, the greatest simp. Okay. I need to find that chest piece. I am losing my mind. Where the fuck is that chest? Is it here? Like, just look at this shit. Like, gosh.
Come here.
This game deserved
Did
nines,
you
not
mean
tens.
You said Frey was not exactly a guest of the Aesir.
I meant by the time they burned it, he'd been a prisoner for some time. Odin didn't mind locking Freyr up. He saw the potential of the magic and wanted to know more than how to improve crop yields. It was a mob of lesser Aesir, bitter and short-sighted, who tied him up and lit him aflame as punishment for the sabotage they imagined him guilty of. Obviously, he survived. In fact, he used the opportunity to escape. But such an affront made war inevitable.
Freyr certainly wasn't the same after
Look at how schizophrenic that
at
compass
least for a
is.
while. His carefree ways were replaced
It's wonderful.
with nightmares, paranoia, and lashing out. It doesn't excuse what he said at my wedding, but I do understand where his anger came from.
Dude, if we get to Lofe and it's still not fixed, then at this point it's very easy to say that Santa Monica has some of the greatest combat designers in the world, but some of the most awful UI designers in history. And dare I say, also some of the best storytellers. And by the way, since you mentioned part 3, do you hear that it's not gonna be as checklisty anymore? That in fact, like, they're not gonna show things in the map only when you're like parachuting in. It seems that they're really taking a lot of the criticism of Rebirth, like, to heart. Okay, please be the armor piece that I'm missing. There it is. That's where it was.
The last of them.
Now I can have a poison melee. And I also did find it funny that they're also doubling down on the minigames, but now they're not gonna make it a requirement for upgrades like it was in Rebirth. But they're gonna include even more minigames.
Something I've always wanted to ask. What was it Hrimthur whispered to you?
Who?
Hrimthur, the son of Thormur, the stonemason, who disguised himself and built Asgard's wall.
Enough. We will continue later.
Yeah, you've been slain. By the way, KV, they already announced the new God of War. You saw that, right? Like at Comic-Con, when they revealed the release date for Lawfey. I find that very... So let me see, because I do have you. I remember, I think you were Icy Dude. I haven't seen like exactly what, like, I don't, are you playing right now? Because if you are, you're offline. You know what game I just came off from? I was like, wow, that low-key was the best story for me in the series. I don't know, actually. Like, I'm at a loss. Like, what have you been playing recently? Like, during your little, like, social media, like, shutdown.
We revealed the inside of that building.
Okay, you're offline. Yeah, so I rarely check like my friends list when I go in. Like, I'm so used to not going in there, just out of like kind of like inertia. Because usually I just kind of like log in, put the game on that I want. Like, I only do that if I'm playing online and I want to see what someone is playing. AC Rogue Remastered. Rogue is one of the better stories in the Assassin's Creed series. The game itself is very... it suffers from the fact that it had a rush production, so... by copying a lot of the original Black Flag, because they really rushed that game quickly because they wanted to have a PS3 360 version of... for the series by the time Unity came out, but I would say like for considering it's a piece of work on amulet figure cell. Sweet. Considering like the way it was made, the story cooked up is actually the best in the Americas, and considering for the Assassin's Creed series has gone, I would say like that story has like, that game probably aside from Origins has the best story of the modern era I see. And it's probably a game that deserved better than being shitted out like quickly for the old gen. And that remaster needed to come out much quicker than 2018. Or was it 2020? I don't remember when it launched. I know it was late. But it's funny you mentioned in Assassin's Creed. KB, I'm back in the Assassin's Creed train. I just Platinum Brotherhood and Origins.
There was Medusa, queen of the Gorgons. Her gaze turned men to stone. A mirror would turn her own powers against her. Or you may remove her head, but that is the hard way.
I 100% believe that they should have made Shay the villain of Unity. Connect those games more intimately, considering like Shay is the one that kills Arna's father. Like, I 100% believe that was probably the case, and then Ubisoft not knowing how to read criticism.
Thanks for collecting that.
They just took like a very blanket statement criticism towards Unity and Unity's launch, and decided to just scrap everything after Syndicate didn't do well. It really sometimes it really annoys me when developers read the worst, like, know there's criticism and their takeaways are the worst. Like, just think about that. Like, it's insane that that they didn't read some of the good things Unity did, and just blanket statement just decided to be like, yeah, we don't need to do this kind of game anymore. Instead, let's completely change it and trend chase.
I'll buy it, then sell it for a mint once the Vanir decide they want it back. Wait, feels like there was something.
Now, have you seen how doable the platinum is for Rogue? Because right now on platinum duty, for example, let's say, let me pull up my trophies. Unity has an awesome beginning. I really love that. No, where was it? Trophies. So see, I just got 100% on Brotherhood and Origins. I'm not gonna get the rest of the trophies here. Like, I'm good after what I needed to do. I am considering remastered for Assassin's Creed 3. I just don't know how annoying these trophies are. Like, these two are for like the ship thing, so I could do them. Complete all challenges for any of the clubs, that could be annoying. I just need to look like the complete all progress tracker grid entries is the one that I'm like, I don't know. The perform a double assassination is, I'll just look at video to see where's the best part to do this one. This one, I don't know why I haven't done this trophy. I should have done it already. Hang 5 enemies using rope darts. I highly do not recommend going for the rope ladder. I had no idea that map was Odyssey before. Wait, is it really that, like... I mainlined it at the time because at that point, because we were in such relentless AC in AC schedule, I just stopped having the time to wanting to do the platinums for those. So they really made a bigger map. Like, I could have sworn that they made a smaller map than Black Flag. And Black Flag original, I didn't go for a platinum because of the stupid multiplayer trophies. Like, I let go of Assassin's Creed platinuming until like almost forever. Like, I went from the 2 platinum to Mirage Platinum, to just give you an example. And I always intended to get Syndicates because I loved that game at the time. Obviously, you told me you just got it. And that's a game I really need to revisit, considering I think so highly of it, but I've only beaten it once. So, but it is so funny that the Rogue Platinum, it's like the map is just that massive. The one thing I would say with Rogue is that I do like that there's snowy parts in that map. It makes the visual palette of that game more varied than Black Flag. Though I would say, like, I have a way different opinion of Black Flag now after Resynced. Resynced really, like, reshaped my opinion of Black Flag original and the remake for the better. Loot a combo without killing any of its guards. That sounds annoying. Have a Trinity reach the assassin rank? I think I just need to remember how to do this one. I thought it was going to be a tiny game based on the history behind Rogue. The map is giant. It's not just one giant map. It's two Odyssey-like maps plus another AC3 map. Yeah, because you have part of the frontier. You have the homestead of 3. And you have New York, right? Was Boston there too? I'm trying to remember. I only beat Rogue once. Extinction damage spells at all different general stores. These two, like the from the DLC, having to get 100% synchronization in like the areas. Yeah, but I'm at 71%, like close to the 3 remastered one. But I restarted Revelations. So I tell you, Revelations have some really fucky 100% synchronization like requirements. Holy crap! I have forgotten about that. But I also realized that Revelations I never really saw fully. New York, the frontier, and the North Atlantic. Awesome. That's like what I remembered, because I remembered trying to 100% synchronize New York again in that game. And I remember visually it looked worse than 3, but it ran better back at the time, like back in the day. But yeah, like, I don't know, like I got back into the Platinum kick. Like literally, I reinstalled both Plague Tales because I want to Platinum them. I installed both of these to Platinum them too. Funny enough. So, like, I took a break and for some reason I just have become brain dead and want to do it again. Like, once in a while that just, like, the Platinum hit, like, the Platinum, like, bug just hits.
This crest. It's
But
mine.
I at least want to say that I want to get the Platinums in games that I do enjoy. And thankfully with Assassin's Creed, that is a series that I just enjoy in general, even its weakest entries. I feel it being comfort food for me helps. And wanting to play games that are like comfort food for me to just shut my brain off and listen to a podcast and all that, I feel Assassin's Creed really embodies that, for better and worse. Or for better or worse. See you live the falling star. What's so funny about that, KB, is that I do feel the Black Flag Resynced actually manages to reestablish some of the Assassin's Creed ethos with its gameplay and how it's reordered the game and it's re-emphasized a lot of its content. Where I would say that before that, with original Black Flag, I would have still being in that camp. Then when I played Resynced, I feel they have retweaked 90% of that game while it's, or like it has retweaked the 10% of that game while maintaining 90% of things, where I do feel it embodies the ethos more than I gave it credit for. Or more like, I think that ethos was always there, but the way that it ordered its content and de-emphasized so much of that for you to just be a pirate in the original kind of like made it that, because it's like, it's weird. If you ever play Resynced, I think you'll notice it. And I don't know how much that was where, having gotten through the RPG series, like the RPG era of the franchise, going back to Black Flag, its minimal stuff actually feels closer to the ethos than where the series went. It's interesting, like what Racing did for my mind with that game. Let's go there.
Do you regret it, Mimir?
Most likely. What are we talking about?
I do believe Black Flag Racing is one of the best games that has released this year.
Regret exchanging my life for my freedom?
It's good enough that it's reignited my desire to go back to the series and platinum them. I think I have to give it credit for that. I still haven't even gotten Racing Plat. I'm saving it because of the review grind. I don't hate my life in having reviewed Resync like I did Shadows, where I am really putting off ever wanting to platinum Shadows.
Freya, can't you remember
Even though Shadows
what
finally, like,
Thor
the
stonemason's son said to you after
the epilogue they
Asgard
gave
fell?
Shadows was
Oh yes.
whatchamacallit,
Odin saw fit to involve me in a wager without my consent.
improved my opinion on that game in the end, but at the
Prepare for
Hex is not an RPG. It was specifically said that it was not going to be an RPG. Shadows is going to be the RPG of those. What is interesting about Shadows is that, about Hex, is that it has gone through quite the like the creative overhauls, because Clint Hawking was the guy directing that one.
Freya, the great healer.
I am here.
She will cure me. I have been a loyal follower. She would.
And he
not
was the OG
abandon-
Splinter Cell guy.
I am Freya. What do you need?
Only she can cure my sickness. With Mangold, Mire, and Poem.
We must help her.
She demands a cure. She is dead.
She is trapped here, ignorant of her own death. If we bring her what she needs, she'll move on.
You're certain.
I'm not going to do nothing. She needs Mangold, Mire, and Palm. We should find
Did you
some-
recognize her? The sickly spirit?
No. There was a time I could recall the face of every one of my people, but
And that samurai
I
literally
wonder if gods live through
sucks to play
I once felt the
when you remember that game is an Assassin's Creed game. Say whatever you want about Jacob and Evie Fry and Syndicate, which was that team's first game. One emphasized stealth, the other one emphasized melee, but at the same time it allowed you to do the Assassin's Creed gameplay.
I promised I would take care of my
In
people.
Shadows, you have a samurai that cannot do anything other than fighting.
You.
And
Let us return
Like-
to the spirit.
And yet, unfortunately, like, the biggest irony is that Samurai is the best written character in that horribly written game.
Have you finally
Like, he's the most likable, he has the coolest story set up.
feel my vitality?
His story actually
returning
ties
me?
to the
I feel
series lore.
Freya,
I am
And
here.
the assassin, the shinobi you play as, is so boring.
even as the doubters cursed your name.
She's so bland.
Thank you. But it's time
And she's
to
supposed to
rest.
be like the assassin of
You
that
have earned
game.
Thank you, my queen.
And you only play as her to get the gameplay you want, but she's not compelling. I tell you, Shadows really infuriates me in so many ways. There's a lot of good in Shadows, but it's also like, it's the Assassin's Creed game that infuriates me the most. By its baffling design decisions.
Now, if we could get back to the story of Hrimthur, the stonemason's son. I was hoping to get Freya's version of what happened.
There isn't that much to tell. I knew nothing of it at first, surely because Odin didn't expect to lose the bet. A mysterious mason had to build the entire wall in 3 turns of the season.
2! It was 2!
And if he was late, he'd be owed nothing. But if he succeeded, he was promised an audience with the queen. Or so I learned one day when Odin burst into our bedchambers, raging and half drunk before noon, telling me to get dressed and go see what the Mason wants. So, off I went, not knowing what had truly been promised or expected. Dagger stashed in my robe for emergency. And this Mason, this giant in disguise.
His name was Hrimthur.
He just smiled to see me. And as you said, he whispered in my ear. He said the Aesir had killed his father, and he needed to know that one day they'd burn for it. I pointed out I was Aesir now too, technically. He gave me a look, as if he somehow knew better, and continued. He said he'd built in a structural flaw behind the Asgard Realm Tower.
I knew it! How do we make use of it?
We don't. He said Surtur would know what to do. And if Surtur's approaching Asgard's wall...
Then it is already
Ragnarok.
Ragnarok.
Aye, blast it. I hoped it might have given us another way.
So give her the armor that I wanted.
A good fit.
Hitting the road or chewing the fat?
Okay, and now to transmog, because as much as I like what that armor does, nothing beats a shoulder guard of survival look. I would say, like, if you're still here, KV, like, I do find it funny that Shadow's initial reception really has not aged well. It is really funny how so much of the Assassin's Creed community has turned on Shadows. My friend Rick, Butch4969, he does swear by that game. He's entitled to his opinion. I think he's wrong. Because the few things Shadows does right doesn't, like, override how much it gets wrong for me. And I feel that was really, like, more underlined with how much people have actually loved going back to Black Flag Resynced. I think that just really put, no, this is what really great Assassin's Creed really is, compared to, like, what Shadows was.
Some new blueprints for you.
Is this?
Ravens, the ones we've been destroying. Odin's little spies.
New father
Is the Vikings cosplaying Assassin's game better than Shadows? I like it better.
to suffer.
It goes back and, like, to me, Shadows and Valhalla are the weakest games. And Valhalla is mostly, like, why it's gone so down in my list after I used to think it was more middle tier.
Good little
Is that
spies.
Shadows literally made Valhalla irrelevant story-wise. And the thing with Valhalla is that for as insanely, insufferably long as it was, for people that love the Assassin's Creed lore, Valhalla was a very consequential entry that tried to make sense of the entirety of the Assassin's Creed lore again in a way that actually was very clever and very interesting. And I would have loved to have seen them move forward from there, but Shadows literally just shat on everything and just took a completely different direction. In fact, flash forward so far into the future in the modern day story, and now the modern day story just exists in the horrible Assassin's Creed Infinity Hub, that whereas before I would have told people, look, I know Valhalla is way too long. It's more of a Viking simulator than an Assassin's Creed game, despite the fact that it brought back assassins, like, into the story after Origins. They didn't exist because that was the Origin, and Odyssey was all the way to the past, so assassins weren't even a thing.
Pick you up a weapon from anywhere. Vanaheim, Midgard, wherever.
The way, like, Valhalla justifies how in the universe of Assassin's Creed a lot of societies see deities and gods, like, or like the mythologies, and how it's all the power of storytelling. It's actually it's actually really well written, all things considered, considering Ubisoft's writers are so bad nowadays. Um, Valhalla has one of the better writers of the series in Darby McDevitt, who has written like some of the like if there's a, like I think Darby wrote Rogue. So
Are we off to find that elven sanctum then, or something else?
Though we do have something else that needs our attention. We
the
found a
fake historian
foreign
from
out
Texas
in the
was right all
Barrens
along.
lady, in terrible pain. We freed it, but there's another in town somewhere.
That
with
is
the
funny.
forbidden sign.
A Hofgufa? I haven't seen one since I was a child. Lead the way.
But yeah, like because I like the lore of Assassin's Creed, like I got in with the original, and the lore was what drove me so like in those first 5 entries, and it's why like my disappointment in 3 shitting the bed
Why do you
at the
yawn?
end
Force of habit, I suppose.
was so immense, because it was like I thought they had something really cool, and they really rushed
Far more confounding that I'm the
their
child.
cool their cool premise
Stay awake for
to
days
try
at
to
a
make
time
Assassin's
without
Creed
so
an
much as
endless
a
series, and it
eyelid.
took a while for me to like take
Gods do not.
Assassin's Creed as a historical tourism series. I felt Valhalla was like the first time that they try to make good on the lore, and even try to find an interesting way of tying 3, Odyssey, like Black Flag, like all of those entries together in an interesting way. That game is unfortunately so undone by its length. And now, because so much of that story has just been dropped, I cannot recommend it. Like,
Luckily for us, a very
now
considerate
knowing that
goddess
that
has
went
enhanced our
nowhere.
magic chisel, and we can unseal it.
My, that is lucky.
The forbidden sands lay beyond.
Contested territory, according to Bela, and another storm to endure.
And there's so much to like about Valhalla. I feel it has a really nice vibe. Its soundtrack is unbelievably awesome by a mix of Jesper Kidd and Sarah
The
Chachner.
desert was healthy and full of life back then. I can't help but fear that era has ended for
And it
good
has
in our
some really
efforts here.
great individually
It's a fair
written
concern.
moments.
Healing this land will take more than a
But at
year
its
of
worst,
singing
it's
happy
Ubisoft's worst
but I have to
impulses
believe in the long run, we're doing right by it.
exacerbated to an astonishing degree.
Well, best we start looking for a way
That only the
underground.
people that love
Look out
the
for a
lore
cave!
could feel there was enough of a drive to see it all. But without that drive, it's a tough one. I would say the gameplay of Shadows is better. I would still rather play Valhalla over it. That's the irony.
Hofgufa must be under there!
Rogue in general is just an underrated entry in that series. Whenever I platinum,
I hope Freyr will
like I'm gonna
appreciate
push
our
hard
work.
on Revelations to see like if
I
I
wonder if he knows
if I'm
how
able to
important
like
his
get it. I'm gonna
father's
look at a
plan
trophy
is.
guide,
Aye.
power picks, and all of
Healing
that just to
Song
see
of the
how
Sands
doable
again
it
is
is.
a rare privilege, even if it's only a solo act.
Or a
I'll do the
duet.
same with 3.
What's this Hofgufa
I'm
is
gonna
for?
go back to Rogue.
This architecture. It is not of the Dark Elves.
An abandoned ancient settlement, by the looks of it. Built long before the Lightwell's creation.
More hive matter as well.
I'd say we're on the right track then.
reach it from down here.
Actually, yeah. Can you?
This kind of hive material is sensitive to sound.
Fair enough.
When I last came here with you and Atreus, I assumed the absence of Alphine's light was an aberration. I didn't realize it was covered by hive matter.
Aye. And as far as the Dark Elves are concerned, it's that light column in the center of the temple that's the aberration. Just look at how old some of these surfaces are. Far older than the light well, or even our trapped half-giffer for that matter.
That's quite the perspective, Mimir.
Well, dangle from a burly god's backside for a few winters, and you'll find yourself looking for all sorts of new perspectives.
How did I cut? Well, there was a way to get down there. I'm just trying to remember how. So, my excitement for Wolverine, KB, has been restored with that new story trailer because I felt it visually looked better. It showed me that there's gonna be some good variety beyond like that really, really unfortunately looking demo area they showed us. And also, and now that we know that there is a preview cycle that's happening, I saw Greg Miller post. I had seen that Greg Miller flew to Canada. I was like, why is he going to Canada right now? That seems random. And it turns out that Insomniac did a preview over in Canada, which makes, if you know Wolverine, that's funny because Wolverine is Canadian. And also, here's the thing: that the physical negative Nancy are not going to deter you. Packed Comic-Con panel for Wolverine. They did not mention a peep about physical. No one went to make a fit that I was fearing it was going to happen, considering how loud things were being.
But denser.
I do feel that Wolverine is going to... Let's see how that preview cycle goes, but I feel like we're getting up to the point where we may... we should be allowed to be excited for that game. For sure.
Well, there you go.
I always was gonna play it because I like playing a lot of Marvel stuff.
To your left!
It was just like the Marvel fatigue. Like, for example, I enjoyed playing the beta for Marvel Tokens Fighting, so I was talking about it earlier when I was doing the Halo part of the stream. My problem with Tokon is that, like, how they're handling the single player stuff, and I don't know if you played the beta. You could check what they're doing with the episodes. So they are including some single player stuff. It's just that it's overly talky. Like, telling BG and his performing with bodies to stand on business. No talk on the Wolverine, no Dawn Walker, no Resident, no GTA, no Phantom Black. Yeah, exactly. Like,
Enemy behind you!
now, here's also what I find funny, KB, especially since you're also a physical guy. Why are they all acting like physical got killed already? You can literally get discs for literally all those games that you listed, as far as I know, with the exception of GTA, which is a physical game with a digital code. Like, fighting game days are past unless it's a party game like All Stars Battle Royale. Yeah. And that's the thing, to me with fighting games, as long as a cool single player mode is included, I tough it out. That's how I did it with Injustice, that's how I did it with Mortal Kombat. I kind of tried to do that with Street Fighter. Its story mode was asked, so I just kind of like quickly ran through the arcade mode with every character just to test it, and I dropped off. But going back to like the physical stuff, like I do feel a lot of. I would feel the outrage would be even harder for me if that message we got on July 1st announced as of today no more physical discs. Literally. I do feel that a lot of people are acting like discs got killed already. Now, here's one thing for the people that are crying about it that I would actually agree would be a reason for why you would stop fighting like doing discs. Sony's biggest screw up right now is the fact that they just announced no more discs, and in that message they didn't assure the physical owners how they were going to bring their libraries forward to the PS6. Why didn't they say, hey, by the way, if you have the disk drive, that the purchasable disk drive for the Slim and the Pro model, we got you. We're not gonna make more discs after like a certain fact, but if you still like hoarded a lot of those discs, like if you build your library that way, your library will still follow you. They did not do that. So if the argument from a lot of these physical owners was, why should I keep buying discs now? Like, they didn't assure me that I'll be able to use them on the new system because they didn't say anything. And I know that probably the reason why they didn't want to say anything is because they're between a rock and a hard place of not wanting to announce the PS5. I mean, not wanting to announce the PS6 officially, because as soon as you announce a new console, your sales for your previous console completely go out the window because it immediately puts it in the public consciousness. The next console is here. Why should I buy the old one now? So they're probably trying to figure that out, and that's kind of like the area where I feel Xbox at least has them in a little bit of a check. Like, you know, like when you're playing chess and you're on check mode, where Xbox already told us what the next console is with Helix. It's not officially fully like shown to us. But I do feel they do have the advantage that because they have shown their cards in a way, even though we know that in some way, shape, or form they're trying to rethink Helix because of the pricing and all that. I don't know how much I still think it's gonna be an Xbox PC. What they did with the 4 PC games kind of signals that's still a way that they're going. And I would say I test those games; they work really well. It's really wild that they're able to work emulation so well. How they do, Sony would kill. I tell you, like I wish Sony could be even half as good when the Xbox emulation works as well as it does. But back to the thing. Xbox kind of like does have the opportunity to come out with their Project Positron that we heard that is gonna transform disc to digital. They have the opportunity for a half win where it's like, hey, disc guys, don't get rid of your discs. They will still work. Your games are not gonna be left behind, and they're gonna come with all these bells and whistles. If they feel really daring, they could pull off the greatest Uno reverse card of all and be like, don't you worry, we're still gonna do physical releases. They're gonna work this way. They maybe could. That's kind of what's so funny. They could probably like do the Xbox One original way that they were gonna do disc. If you remember the Xbox One reveal, the whole thing was you were gonna have a disc and it was gonna transform into like a digital thing so that then you didn't need the disc. But then if you land the disc, it had like a 30-day block and all that. Maybe they could pull off some of like the systems that they were gonna have with the Xbox One back then, but they're gonna tweak the thing of like, oh yeah, the 30-day thing to land, it's not gonna be a thing and all that, but it's gonna be kind of like what people are saying, maybe make it like an NFT where the disc, if the disc is put somewhere else, then that code is that license passes to somewhere. Maybe they do that, but then they can still keep making discs that way, and then the physical people will then have to swallow it up in the Xbox side to be like, if you still want to have discs, this is how it's supposed to be. But I feel like right now, because now we live in a world where it's like we're moving away from discs, even if Xbox pulls something that draconian or pull up the draconian thing that they try to do to pull out with the Xbox One, it will actually be embraced after 13 years, when 13 years ago, that same thing got so thoroughly rejected. And to answer your question, Kiwi, I don't know exactly what that Star Wars Racers game did, but I think it has something to do with if you have the PS5 in its factory setting with none of the firmware, like there's something about inserting that disc that cracks the PS5 from way back in a way that then can crack it open in a way moving forward. And it's such a weird way. Like, so weird how that disc really jailbroke the PS5. I don't understand like how that was even possible. But I think it's something to do with firmware. And how it exposes the firmware. If you have a PS5 that's offline and then get that disc in and then try to go online or something like that, I think that's how it was. But I'd be remiss to say that I didn't look up into it. I just heard the news. So great, my audio got fucked again. Where there's delay, but oh, whatever. We'll make do. I figure out how to fix it. Cool. If it messes up for me and you guys won't notice it. But I'll still remain the same. Like, I know it seems very hopeless for Xbox right now. Like things are just so established. Xbox as a brand is not the cool brand right now. It's the old man's brand, as you have mentioned before, KB. But I do feel they have the easiest win possible right now, like in front of them. And it would be so hilariously poetic that their comeback moment after all is getting the big PR win of supporting Physical after you were the ones trying to kill Physical in the first place. But with what they announced right now, with like how they partnered with Ubisoft for like if you have a digital copy or a copy of their game, of a Ubisoft game, you automatically get the PC version for the launcher. It's like those are the kinds of moves that you really show you. They have the digital ecosystem on Xbox is just better. And it's really unfortunate for them that how much better they do things than Sony, and they just were not able to crack the code for that to be appealing for the consumer.
Light elves don't often travel underneath the barrens, do they?
Oh, Toxic, thank you so much for being there and lurking. It's I appreciate you being here, even when when I had to restart stream because my computer was literally burning. But I appreciate you. Hopefully I see you tomorrow. I'll be streaming tomorrow too. I might show up at Speedy's if she streams too. So I'm trying to start going live at my 7 o'clock. So, but yeah, like appreciate you. You have a good night. Keep recovering from that 24-hour stream. Like, if you're able to recover at all. If you're not forever effed. But appreciate you, Toxic. You rock. You have a good night. And keep trolling Speedy. Make her be annoyed of you as much as possible. Once I finish this side quest, I'm gonna call it. You should be fine by tomorrow. Sweet. Yeah. Shockingly, I went to bed yesterday at my 11, so that ain't happening tonight, but it felt good. It felt wonderful.
Good eye. Let's continue, shall we?
And maybe seeing the clarity from things on the other side, like yeah, and I understand that. And the thing is, the Xbox, unfortunately, and I saw it at the at FanFest and the showcase. It really is like, because they failed so spectacularly to nurture the next generation, they still feel so tied to a lot of the boomers, as we talked about. And the only thing that's helping Sony right now is the fact that they're just a de facto machine. But I feel like Sony's also like, they also don't have much that can appeal beyond them being de facto. I do feel right now like if Xbox is gonna get any win, it's just not gonna be on games. It's just gonna be on policy. Ironically, that's the irony of all of this. Like, if they can convert people, like Sony's remaining stubborn and be like, yeah, we said this car getting killed, and that's how it's gonna be, and that's the end of that, and you're gonna like fall in line. Like, that's the only way they win this. Like, somehow making Helix affordable, and then finding a way to be like, no, we're still gonna support physical. We're giving you the option. That's literally, like, out of anything that has been served to them, I'd agree with you that they have zero win conditions because, one, day and date with PC is still happening, so there's still no reason for a lot of people to buy their stuff. And I don't understand why people don't understand that. That is like, that is just an automatic, like, zero win. Like, because it just makes your console, like, I know a lot of people were saying that, yeah, it's not gonna matter that it's like the console people are console people. It's like, you could have still brought in people from PC if you had made certain things that's not gonna be available to them.
Incoming! Above you! Another one! Left side!
And I would have said with how relevant is Halo? Like, I still am on the mind, like when I saw like how many players Infinite got, even though it was free to play, the fact it got that many players at launch really told me that Halo still had some relevance. The other thing, the conversion is a high yield play. You're talking about people's digital libraries are entrenched in a year's time. Yeah, this is completely removing the people that are entrenched as digital. Like, for example, with me, I'm so entrenched on the PS5 that my only logical movement from here is PS6.
It was a dazzling display once.
Yes, I did see his his article and tweet over the fact of like yeah, it's like they should show Microsoft that them having gone the multi-platform route was just straight up disrespectful from the other side. But the only people that Xbox has a chance to win over right now, ironically, are these disc bros. Obviously, there are not many. But considering just how absolutely annoying the discourse has become because of them, like, if they can yield wins from those, like, get those wins. considering you barely can have any win at this point. Like, you've been served a good one. And earn those wins and make those people that defect for being like rejected over like their consuming habits
I wonder if these
be the ones that evangelize how much better the digital ecosystem of Xbox really is, which objectively it is.
In order to breed, they must pass on their light to their children.
And without light, they will die.
They just have been so unlucky that the entrenchment of the PlayStation people like has made that like a not the default win it should have been.
Given another chance, I know what choice to make.
Yeah. And right now, and that's kind of like the thing that I keep saying it is like right now what Xbox needs to do is rip the band-aid. Rip it now. Like, because we all know where that is leading. Asha has pretty much said it. And I think like what they're waiting literally right now is just this next year of data.
Aye, back to the surface then.
They're gonna gauge what Gears does for them, like being sacrificed to the altar of exclusivity right now. I don't disagree with people that said that it's like the cutting your nose to spite your face, like whatever that phrase is. He really turns 10 next year, right? It's insane.
You're on fire, Kratos! It will pass!
Yeah, the data point right now is like they're gonna literally witness how much better Call of Duty does this year now that it's not gonna be on Game Pass. So, and obviously that is always gonna be a thing because you know Call of Duty is just that sentient. Yep. Win in the living room. It's so funny hearing that. Like, where is Gen C and Gen Alpha? They're in their computers. Not in the living room.
A pipe.
Used in many of Freyr's blessings, I imagine.
Finally. That's what I was on. The name is incestuous. Naming crush. And that's still something that they really need to like finally like get over, not letting those kind of people be the ones that dictate the direction of their brand. Like right now, like kind of like look what I'm saying, like should be their win conditions. It should be don't listen to those guys. It's literally just take advantage of the rare opportunity that you've been given right now to just earn goodwill, like a goodwill PR. Of being like, do what PS4 did. Like, let us not forget.
Does it?
The first year of the PS4 wasn't good.
Blacksmith whose king commanded
It wasn't looking promising. I am not gonna accept anyone that tells me that Killzone and Knack was like a worthy lineup to be excited for. The PS4 won because they literally said we're not doing what Xbox is doing, and they won then.
way to pass.
So it's like, get your PR win, because your games are not gonna do it because of the things that you're mentioning. It's like you fail to nurture those IPs.
Call them a comfort.
Fair. Mimir is the better storyteller.
Now don't sell yourself short, brother. You've come a long way from the days of laconic fables.
It's okay. Finish your story, Kratos.
The blacksmith's daughter was the key to unlocking the box. He died trying to protect her from those who would open it.
Well, at least it's a relatable story.
I think right now I'm having an earthquake. Let me check. Yeah, because my seat started shaking randomly. I was like, what the frick is happening? Check. Am I crazy? Oh yes. El Salvador is like, that is our natural disaster here. You know how in Florida is whatchamacallit, hurricanes, and how like middle America is like tornadoes. For us, it's earthquakes. So earthquakes happen often. So, and when they happen, because I'm in the 7th floor in this building, I feel my building shaking. So yeah, that was weird. Let me see. Yeah, there was. It was one. I'm literally reading Twitter right now, and I'm like, yeah. It's like. It originated in Guatemala, and Guatemala is close. 4.7. So I've certainly had worse for sure, but it was enough for me to be like, what? I'm feeling it. So, but yeah, anyway, as I was saying, the irony of all of this is literally, if Xbox can convert the jilted people from that got left out with the whole disc thing to their cause, and they become the evangelist, and then we find out the PS5 is literally so expensive, and somehow and Helix undercuts it in price, just like the 360 did back in the day. Xbox is not gonna win with anything they have right now, because those IPs have no resonance beyond the old people and the old people that they lost along the way. But being that we're not doing what these other guys are doing, like, that's what turned the tide for PS4 at the time. And obviously right now, because of the entrenching of the digital ecosystems, it's not gonna make that a clear-cut transition, but you can turn over these guys. The people that were already digital on PS5, they're gonna stay there. You might not get them initially if the price is too expensive. We already know, based on like analyst predictions and all of that, that it's like what they're reading with the tea leaves and what Sony's saying with now subsidizing and all of that. That's kind of maybe where they're heading. So they better hope that the whole let's maximize the audience that we already have pays off in the long run. But they also do have that the advantage that a lot of the games that they do put out, and I'm talking of Sony right now, does excite people when they come out. It's a monkey's paw scenario.
If my stories are of no comfort, take solace in knowing you did what you thought was best for your son's safety. Even these creatures know. There is little choice for a parent. You are not alone.
I'm not, am I? And now neither are they.
Yeah, when God of War does scale,
Incredible.
there's nothing like it.
Song of the Sands. Wow. Didn't know I could get misty. It's beautiful.
Thank you, Kratos. This land sings once more. We've done good here.
That's the most frustrating thing about Ragnarok. It has such amazing moments of beauty.
No rush to leave yet, is there? Who knows what kind of adventures await us in a freshly lit Barrens?
So this one and this one, I'm calling it.
A light elf statue in the desert. Odd.
On top of ancient elven ruins? I'd have to agree.
What is that?
A phantom! Rune magic! Aim for the runic core!
Bloody hell, look at that thing!
Yelpa!
Doom DLC already 50% off? Man.
Vulnerable when it glows!
It really like, man, it's like,
Close in! Attack!
Core is weakened!
you know how a lot of people are always like praising Eternal? It really like begs the question. It's like, is that the perfect example of the, yeah, you ruined it by putting it on Game Pass and having to release alongside a million different games so it has no, like, no shot. Because remember, Doom 2016 was a surprise seller, and obviously Eternal was the
Attach the spring!
pandemic game,
Recovered!
the first week of the pandemic.
Yelpa!
And also, like, it also has to be called, like, how many people ended up not getting the DLC due to spite over knowing what happened to it, too. With, like, the news that it got gutted and all of that. We know there's people that are like that.
Close in! Attack! Close in! Attack!
And look, we still have their word on. They're still wanting to. That is one of the 7 pillars that they want to keep building somehow. Is he really? Oh man.
Nicely done. Keep on it.
Behind you, Kratos!
Nicely done. Keep on it.
The Alpha!
Leave yourself an opening. Don't waste it.
Kratos, the springs! Bring them down!
Where was the other one? And since you mentioned him, like, do you see that he posted a video saying the Pride Helix, like, price confirmed, and that video was just straight speculation? It's like, that is why a lot of people just dislike the content creator side of that side.
Nicely done. Keep on it.
That was a lucky dodge. Okay. Before I do that, I have to find the other statue. Mm-hmm. And I tell you, their online, like, personas, it's really ruin a lot for them, because I tell you, like, meeting them in person and knowing what they do online is the most frustrating thing in the world. Like, absolutely most frustrating, like, infuriating thing in the world. Okay, where the fuck is that other statue? Statue, where are you?
Attack the springs! Hurry before it recovers!
Yes! Because obviously the algorithms encourage that. That's like what makes it more infuriating. Because they're not like that in person, like, at all.
Behind you.
Like, it saddens me. Like it really, like, when I tell you, like, it really angers me that that's how they portray themselves online. Like, I really mean it. Like, legit, the only one that what you see on screen is what you get is Lord Cognito. Like, literally, it's like he is the one that The person you see on the screen is the person you get on, like you get on the Flash.
Behind you! Look out! Take yourself an opening! Don't waste it!
Here it is.
Attack the spring! Hurry before it recovers!
Well, yet another gift of Fimbulwinter, I suppose.
The magic draining out of all of us has to end up somewhere.
Yeah, I will. I'm about to like finish it up, so yeah, I think I might as well. Yeah, let's end it here actually, because it's almost near to my midnight. Let's save. Okay, because I've been streaming since like 7:30, so even though it says it's less time, it's actually more. I had to restart the stream because my computer was like burning. So yeah, it was good seeing you back again, KV, because you're definitely like you get me to chat. Like if I'm in a podcast, I tell you. I sometimes miss doing a podcast for sure. Just waiting for my buddy Paul, who got to join me for when I did Halo earlier. But I gotta do what I gotta do now. But yeah, that was today's stream that included finishing up the final 2 bonus missions for Halo Combat Campaign Vault, which is now available to those who did not purchase the early access, the 5-day early access last Thursday. So go enjoy it, play it, enjoy it. If you're on PlayStation, do it for the lulz, because it's such a weird, unprecedented times that we are on the fact that game crossed over. Now with the certain doubt that it may be the only one that we get because of all the flip-flopping happening over at that base. But yeah, that thing is out on Xbox, PC, and PS5. Go play the second remake of Combat Evolved. It's a really good one. Closing to great, but it's an old game still. Further Halo games are better, and that was my... What day is this with God of War for me? Is this day 5? I will have to go back the few times that, because the last 2 times that I streamed God of War, I did them following up another stream. The last time was Dench Attack. So tomorrow I will be back to try to play a little bit more of this. I kind of want to get through this because I want to get a Sekiro playthrough started, because I did promise my buddy Erika I was gonna do it, and I want to beat Sekiro. I think that would be a funny one to do, because that game is so rage. That game is such rage bait. But yeah, like sometimes I'm really good at that game, and sometimes I really suck at that. And it's certainly been a while, and I do have a save a few hours after Genishiro, which I got to beat in one, because it took me 5 years to beat freaking Lady Butterfly, whatever that stupid optional boss was called. But yeah, I definitely want to finish this and the Valhalla DLC, just to kind of get it done. And next month we're finally starting like the new game Bonanza with Beast of Reincarnation and all of those games that are coming out. I'm excited for those launch day streams to resume, because boy oh boy, the wallet's gonna hurt this next few months. But aside from that, that's it for tonight. I want to thank everyone that got to tune in both on YouTube and on stream, and also the few that got to like rejoin when I had to restart the stream. But I'll see you tomorrow. I hope you have a wonderful night. Hasta la vista, baby.